Good evening. Welcome home to First Christian Church of Decatur. This is our weekly 601 Wednesday check-in, or 602 because I had some technical difficulties. I am your associate pastor, Daniel Brower. My pronouns are she, her, and it is raining again outside. I hope everyone is staying safe and cozy and dry tonight. If you're out, please be careful. Um, I mentioned that it's raining because it rained on us earlier because every week, Quinn and Tom and James, or me lately, we go out to the lawn and we swap out the message on the marquee. Our sign is not only important to communicate information, but also to communicate to the community who we are and what we're all about. I'm really thankful for Quinn and Tom's hard work and for Pastor James's mind because he is way better than me at coming up with stuff to put on the sign. He's better at short, clever messages than I am, which you know if you've heard me preach ever. Pastor James actually came up with the sign that we put up today. If you drive by the church, you can see it, but I'm just going to also tell you what it says. It says, "There's nothing sinister about a woman minister." This is in reference to the Southern Baptist Convention's recent decision to remove churches who ordained women from the fellowship of their denomination. Obviously, I have some feelings about that one. Did you know that 90% of Army chaplains are Christians? And did you also know that 90% of those are Southern Baptists? Now you know. The numbers on that are shifting all the time, but it's still pretty close to accurate. Therefore, in my career, I have encountered a lot of people who just don't think I should be doing what I'm doing. Um, their reactions have ranged from indifference to outright hostility. But the funniest one was Matt Boomer. Yes, his name was really Boomer. And yeah, he was like that. When you go to Army chaplain school, there's a whole bunch of things that you have to complete in order to graduate. And obviously, one of those is leading a worship service. So when it was my turn, I got up, I led the service, I went fine, everything was great, I thought, but Boomer left the room angry. And I figured it was because he didn't agree with the message, but that's not what happened. My platoon leader told me about this later, but Boomer stormed out of the classroom and he marched up to our platoon leader, who was also a Southern Baptist minister, and he said, "If God doesn't call women to preach, then explain what that was." Boomer felt the Spirit move in that worship service, and it freaked him out because he didn't believe that that should happen. But it did. God has a funny way of showing up where you don't think God belongs. And God has a funny way of using people that the world thinks should not be in holy spaces. So I'm just going to tell you tonight that if you ever feel like you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, if anyone ever tells you that you can't be who you are, God knows what God's doing. If you've been called for something, if something has been placed on your heart or in your life to do, then that's not a mistake. God knows who you are. God knows where you're coming from. And if God puts something in you, that's not an accident. If you've been put in a place to do something, God's got this, no matter what anyone else says. Not the Southern Baptist Convention, not me, and not even you. Now, if you are not in a place where you feel that God is moving, would you like to get there? If you want to be in a place where God is doing something, I encourage you to join us on Sunday mornings at 10:25. Our Sunday worship service is not the only place that God moves around here, but it is definitely one of them. Our air conditioner situation is still a little bit, how do you say, up in the air. So I cannot say for sure whether we'll be in the sanctuary or the fellowship hall or on the lawn or on the roof, or I'm not sure what we're doing for our worship service on Sunday. But no matter what happens, I'll be here somewhere, and I hope you will be too. Until then, God made you special. God loves you very much, and I do too. I hope everyone has a safe night.